blazing blue flame seems to burn your finger the moment you touch the statue, and you yank it back in pain. Somehow, though, your skin is unblemished, yet the discomfort remains. Looking closer, you notice the statue's clerical garb, so similar to that worn by the ghostly priests bonded to the Isle, an unlikely coincidence. The hymn twines around the effigy like a fine thread. Guardian burning bright with sourceful flame, abide the sacred call, reveal the godsless hall. Winged keeper, song doth bid you break. The priest shall scry the demon's lies, the chains await their captive. From stone to dust, from stone.
Good job. This must be one of those bolts.
The spirit of a priest lifts his eyes to yours. When he speaks, he rasps, as if there were dust in his voice.
I watch the gate. Who goes there? I watch the gate. I watch the one who must be watched. I watch the one who should be dead but can only be chained. I watch the gate. You must leave. The gate is locked forever. The lock is broken. The key is thrown away.
From stone to dust, from stone to dust. The lever part of the lock mechanism seems to be missing. There is no prise with which to open the door.
I watch the gate. I watch the gate. Who goes there? You must leave. The gate is locked forever. The lock is broken. The key is thrown away.
The lever part of the lock... A presence accosts you. You cannot see it, yet know it is there. It is in front of you, then behind, then finally within. You hear its whispers. The master must teach you, so that you may become a master in turn. And then it is gone.
I watch the gate. You must leave. The one who must be chained will take your soul. Do not let it speak. Do not let it speak to you. No, you must leave. You must not speak to it. You must not speak to the one who must be chained. It will steal your soul. It will steal your very soul. Kill it if you can, but do not let it speak. I beseech you, do not let it speak. The lock will work. The gate will open. I am the key. I am the gate. Kill it if you can. I watch the gate.
A lizard on all fours lies chained in the pit. The raw power you sense within her is barely contained by the spell that binds her.
Do you know who you are, Godwoken? You seek. I am you, but greater. I am Godwoken, born to be divine, all-powerful. So powerful the priests imprisoned me here. They feared me, and so they should. I am fearsome, and I am generous. I will grant my powers to the Godwoken who would use them for good.
Deep inside you, the word power wakens your god's desire, for power is what it wants. Desire rises to surround your heart, but its avarice is tinged with suspicion.
These are chains of pure source. Not even the divine, the god's rest his tortured soul, could break them. Set me free, and I shall give you the power that you seek. Not always, my friend, and not this time. Come, release me. Untold power will be yours. Show me the goodness of your heart, Godwoken, and I will share my power. Take one step closer to divinity. Set me free. I know you. You are better than this. Show me the goodness of your heart, Godwoken, and I will share my power. Set me free.
The lizard closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and begins to speak inside your head. Her voice transfixes you in a warm and pleasant way, but soon the treacle in her words begins to nauseate.
I know who you are. I know what you want. I know your good heart. I know you want to set me free.
With a jolt, she is repulsed. When next she speaks, it is through gritted teeth.
I know who you are. I know what you want. You will not get it, for you are nothing. Nothing. Get out! Leave me be. You are nothing. Nothing at all. I know who you are. I know the weakness of your heart. I know who you are. 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 I know the weakness of your heart. I know who you are. I know the weakness of your... I know who you are. 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 I know the weakness of your heart.
I watched the gate, but the one who should be dead is dead. I'll watch the gate no more.
From stone to dust, from stone to dust. The chill of the vault seems even colder for what you have just witnessed.
Better to kill a man honestly than to lock him up with a demon for eternity.
Folks locked away with demons. Demons bound by enchanted chains. There's something barbaric about it all.
Forever in the dark. Forever amid the cursed. This was a place of sadism, not salvation.
The imposing statue looms over you. The flames enveloping it flow upwards, stoked by unseen magic, then dissipating in the thick air. The hymn twines around the effigy like a fine thread. Winged keeper, song doth bid you break. From stone to dust. A trembling spirit wrings his hands, his eyes darting around the room. They settle on you.
What are you doing here? What do you want? You mustn't linger. You mustn't remain. There can be no reason. This is not a place for reason. This is a place to be forgotten.
His hands shake. He clears his throat.
As a priest, I had a patient. A dastardly demon held him in its grasp. The demon absorbed all his pain in exchange for his soul. I was certain we'd only diminish the demon by overwhelming my patient with pain. I planned to torture the demon until it gave up its grip over the poor fellow. I began in earnest, but his cries pierced my heart. Even if the treatment could save him, I hadn't the stomach nor the soul for it. So I lied to the others. I told them there was no helping him. I told them to seal us down here, where he could do no harm, where I could guard his prison. Better one soul damned than two. It's the silver shaft that's missing. There's an anvil where silver can be properly melted. That ought to do it. This demon gluts itself on pain. Only the utmost torture would draw him forth. I couldn't do it. I refused to subject myself or my comrades to such barbarism. If you've the stomach for such an ungodly task, I won't keep you from it. Perhaps you could inflict the pain that's needed. But it is a devil's business. We broke the lever for the door when we locked him inside, so that none would ever attempt to free him. No matter what, the demon itself must not be freed. The horror of our world.
The chains bind their captive. The chains bind their captive. The lever part of the lock mechanism seems to be missing. There is no prise with which to open the door.
Go on then.
You should go from here. This is no place for the living, for the sane.
It's not working. There's something to this I'm not seeing.
You should go from here.
His hand.
As a priest, I planned, so I better one soul damned. As the levers fixed, you could... Perhaps you could extract him. But you'd have to be able to contain him, defeat him, once he'd been loosed. Who am I to say if you're prepared for that? I suppose the alternative is no better than trusting you. Go, do what you can. Be wary. This demon knows no distance, no remorse. I do hope you will do what I could not.
His hand shakes.
As a priest, I planned, so I lied. Better one.
Ah, look at you. Pretty, pretty. Come close, won't you? A little... My, how long it's been. How very, very long it's been. Would you believe Brother Calvin locked me up in here because he said I was possessed by a demon? Just because I don't feel pain. Have you ever heard anything so superstitious? Well, they didn't look like me, did they? Maybe I was a little kooky back then. But you'd be amazed how sobering millennia of imprisonment can be. Praise the Seven, right? Praise the Seven, that's all over.
His mouth twists in an ugly snarl as he stutters that last sentence, and a flicker of something unrecognizable, yet malevolent, flashes across his gaunt face.
You are here to free me, right?
The dwarf's face twitches, flickering almost out of control. He looks into your eyes, gaze intense as a hurricane.
Anything. I will give you anything at all. I will show you the true path to divinity. Just destroy the pillars! Come on. Come on. Come over here.
Is that all you've got? This is almost over. Close there. I can't think straight. It's coming. I am nearly ready. Nearly ready.
yourself. I'm ready. I'll yield to none. Prepare yourself.
yield to none.
The dwarf moves his jaw at odd angles, as though he's unused to speaking.
Is it me? Can I can. I can speak. It's my voice. My word.
His mouth tightens into a joyfully awkward smile.
Thank you so much. Much. I owe you everything. There's just one thing I can think of. I hid some things here. Things I didn't want the priests to take. Let me show you. I had a spot near the place where they buried the others. I hope there's something there you can use. Thank you so much. So much.
I can hardly believe it. So long it's been the length of millennia within these stone walls. You did what I could not. This peace I feel, like every knot in my soul were unwound. I'm going up. Thank you.
The imposing statue looms over you. The flames enveloping the hymn twines around the effigy like a fine thread. Winged keeper, song doth bid you break. The priest shall scry the demon's lies, from stone to dust, from stone to dust. The spirit of a young robed man paces the chamber anxiously. He sees you approach. A look of trepidation crosses his spectral features.
Did my order send you? To cure the child?
The spirit falters, momentarily lost for words. Finally, he musters a nod.
I was hungry and thirsty for days. Then I rested. When I woke up next to my corpse, I thought I was delirious. I hoped I was delirious. But eventually I realized what had happened. Some form of demon seized her and nested inside her mind. She cannot speak or move. We did what we could to help, but we could not risk provoking the beast within. We can find her here until a way to safely remove the demon could be found. It was my duty to watch over her. But I was never relieved of that duty. She has no family that we know of. All she had was a pet cat. That poor girl's life is drifting past her, thanks to that demon. Her cell is just over there. I can let you in, but are you sure you can help her? What are you going to do? My brothers were confident they could help her as well, but they still had to lock her up here in the end. But nobody else is coming to help, are they? I'll let you in, but promise me one thing. Whatever happens, take her away from this place. Far away. Please, I've waited a long time for this. I need a real answer.
The spirit can't help but smile.
I knew you had good in you, the moment I laid eyes on you. Come, I'll let you in. Take good care of her. Bring her somewhere peaceful. Don't disturb the demon within her. There's no telling what could happen if it breaks free.
The priest has scried the demon's lies. The priest has scried the demon.
She lies beyond. Do what you can, please.
I won't let anyone hurt my mistress anymore. Mistress saved me when I was a kitten. She took me in, fed me and kept me warm. She deserves loyalty. I won't leave her side, not until she wakes. My heart stopped beating and my flesh fell away. No matter, I'm staying here.
The tension eases out from the cat's skeletal form. It sits.
Go on. I'll be watching. Harm my mistress, and you'll live to regret it. Understand? Mistress saved me when I won't leave her side.
The young girl lies still and silent in the center of the floor, bound by chains. Difficult to do anything for her until those are removed. The young girl lies silently on the floor, eyes open and staring. Her only movement is the tiniest rise and fall of her chest. In the deepest black of the girl's pupils, something moves. A gossamer tendril, fleeing deeper inside her like an underwater creature retreating into a cave. Her fingers seem to grip you ever so slightly. The girl's grip tightens. A flush of color spreads across her previously bloodless features. She's grown stronger, strong enough to move, perhaps.
She's gone. I can still smell her. She must be near. I'll find her, no matter how long it takes.
Wherever you take her, I hope it's a better place than this. Thank you. Take care of her. Cure her if you can. My task here is done.
Piredit tu tiraka que chilum sin. Iratu besekron.
A moment passes, then you feel it. Clarity.
You speak my name. You know my torture. Please, don't judge me for the sickness my roots have spread. I can be free. My soul cleansed. The demon has gone, but I am still its slave. While it lives, I am bound by its shackles to this humble plane. Yet you awakened me from nightmare with a single utterance, my name, and I'm grateful for that. How amazing that a name can wield so much power. Remember this lesson when you leave Blood Moon Island. The demon blackens another land now. It possesses the very doctor that liberated it. Speak its name, however, and you expose it. You weaken it. You'll know him when you find him. A doctor that accommodates a demon doesn't see patients, only victims. Destroy it, and you free me to the Hall of Echoes. Destroy it, and my roots taint this isle no longer. Now come closer.
I'll say the demon's name only once.
The spirit's voice is a harsh whisper.
Adramalik. Naivety. Stupidity. Call it what you want. I wished to put the source within me to good use, and demonology seemed as good a use as any. Silly me. I meant to summon an imp or two. Instead, I ended up hosting a damned archdemon. The roaring in my head. The craving for living flesh. Urges. Good gods, the urges to kill. To hurt. The stronger they became, the harder I fought. And at some point, I was just gone. Deadened. But not dead. And then, awake. On an isle I'd never been. Encircled by faces I'd never seen. Watched by a man I'd never known. They called him Doctor. He shouted strange words, and the demon bellowed. Then, one by one, They fell. I watched my own hands slaughter them. I tried to resist, but I couldn't. And then a final roar, when the demon rushed away and into the only one still standing. The Doctor. That was my last living memory. The demon may be gone, but its disease still infects my roots, birthing evil into the surrounding soil. While it lives, I am still its rotting servant. I've suffered. The Isle has suffered, but you can end it. Please, you must help. I can be freed.
The hounds. They are silenced. How?
The druid considers your tale.
Yes, she is right. A name holds more power than most of us realize. A drama-like. I know of ways to impair such demons. I will show you a place. The treasures there will sap its will while aiding yours. I implore you, let Elenessa be at ease. Then listen for me. When the breeze blows clean, I will be upon it.
The spirit has resumed.
Brother Trent.
What's this? I found something.
Don't be casting your long shadows around here.
Maybe the river could be crossed on that.
How fares the hunt, my friend?
He smiles brightly and pulls you in for a short, if warm, embrace.
You've done me proud, Godwoken. Prouder than you could ever realize. I know how twisted the paths can get. How much more alluring the sunny glade than the rock-strewn hollows. But you know it's the darkest roads that lead to light. It will be my honor to teach you. The nature of my lesson, though, might be somewhat different from what you expect. I can deepen your bond with the Source, but you must realize that this bond comes at a cost. All life, after all, sustains itself by consumption. Like the grass feeds the herd, and the herd feeds the hunter, so you must feed, for instance, on these.
He waves a hand to the cage in demonstration.
Don't let an inviting appearance mislead you. Just like the slithering worm feeds the high-soaring bird, the abundance of source in these demons can expand your own. Through demise, a chance of divinity. Are you ready? Then let us begin.
Jahan's incantations befog your mind. All of you is thumping blood, pumping, pumping, pumping. Then, all you hear, then all that is screaming. From the cage to you, their blood in your ears, screaming. Silence.
That is all. Their suns have set to serve a greater dawn. The world awaits your true awakening. You are very powerful already. A master of the Source. But I did not let this burst of power go to waste. It lies condensed on parchment for you to read and learn.
He hands you a book, hot to the touch, a sparkle with source.
My pleasure. And now that the lesson has ended, there is one more matter I would like to discuss. Offer you a chance to deepen our alliance. You see, the demon that you killed, the Advocate, he had a master. You might say the Advocate compared to his master, like the pussycat compares to the tiger. It is the tiger I am truly hunting. Now don't you worry. I have no intention of sending you after this archdemon. There are few enough Godwoken as it stands for me to force them into any real danger. The one thing I would like you to do for me, though, is to return through the mist to the Isle of Blood and uncover there his name. May you wonder. It is a dark thing to contemplate a demon's name. Perhaps you can shed light on the matter.
Jahan looks at you utterly flabbergasted, but soon an air of serenity descends upon him, that of a chess player overlooking the board.
Adramalik. You have to admire his cunning. To think that in his guise of Deva, he and I shared the finest wines in the realm. Stories of the women we have loved. Thank you, Godwoken. You have done me an unparalleled service, and you've quite humbled me at the same time. You must go your path, I mine.
so that I may confront the archdemon in his lair, in the great city of Arx. Please accept this token of gratitude, and fare thee well. The city of Arx awaits. I think I'll catch myself an archdemon come Lucian's Day.
buying or selling?
Back for a return visit, are you?
Keeping it together, Bree?
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Yep.
Glad to see you well. Until later then.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
The couple notice you approach. The man offers a cheery smile. The woman watches you a little more warily, her arms crossed in front of her.
Greetings.
Greetings. The only thing worth knowing is that you should get out of this place as soon as you can.
Audrey, it's true. There's nothing for us in this place anymore. I wouldn't want some unsuspecting traveler to get lured in by this place.
The man half shrugs and half nods, agreeing to disagree.
Gossips, meddlers, interfering families, and now Voidwoken as well, tearing the place asunder. They're welcome to the lot as far as I'm concerned. We're going far away from it all.
You can't mean that. These are our friends and family you're talking about. You must want them to survive.
The woman throws the man a look before turning back to you.
He's being too generous. They stopped being our friends and family when they said we couldn't be together. Fulton's a sorcerer. I don't care about that. But plenty of others around here would have.
A fine spot, isn't it? I can't blame you for lingering.
The slight purse of the woman's lips suggests that she'd be perfectly fine with blaming you.
A fine spot, isn't it?
The slight... He looks up from...
I noticed. The Magisters are out there on...
Say nothing to no one, but I'm doing Loar's good work too. I'll be helping the Pallies here with their uprising in Arks.
They beat all those Voidwoken. I'm impressed.
We showed them! Yes, we did! We showed them how to die! We'll win this war yet, sister! We'll win it yet! We'll win this war!
The paladin sends arrow after arrow into the trees. She whips her head and fixes you with an intense look.
They're coming. Doing my best, friend. Doing my best.
She turns back to the forest, her bow held at the ready.
I only hope my best's enough.
She scans the terrain beyond the bridge, cool, calm and alert, her crossbow at the ready.
For a moment, I thought you were our reinforcements. You here to lend a hand? Glad to hear it. Carry on, and all the luck of the gods to you. If you happen across our reinforcements, be sure to tell them to hurry up.
The spirit of a poacher stands before you. He begs for mercy, but not from you. He has no eyes for you.
Please, Master Racker, it was a mistake. I'd never have killed that deer, not if I knew who it belonged to.
The spirit of the poacher suddenly turns and notices you. It is the last thing that he does.
The dead here stir. I hear their whispers.
Look who's come to join the party. Oh, but you do get around, don't you?
He takes a satisfied sniff and rubs his hands together. His lips stretch into a mischievous smirk.
When it comes to graveyards, I'm a kid in a candy shop. All sorts of goodies and gewgaws for the taking. And a bit of rousing conversation. If you know what to dig, that is. Ah, it's a quandary, you see. I'm not exactly welcome in the Stone Garden. The servants that tend the graves, well, their master, this Riker fellow, caught me nosing around, so he had them chase me off. The spirits within are particularly feisty as well. Can't say why. I'm as gentle as can be. Alas, I'm stuck sniffing out herbs and fungi on the outskirts.
He presses a forefinger against his chin and hums.
This is when having access to a godwoken might come in handy. You see, beyond the gates, there's something that my heart, such as it is set on. Well, that's the gold-plated question it is. I dare say you'll enjoy this story. Somewhere in this graveyard lies an object of tremendous power. Or so the legends say, anyway. Belonged to a family buried near here. The Surreys. I've been reading up on them. An ancient clan of eccentrics and oddballs. Fascinating people, truly. Old Joanna was the last. The poor dear. Had no money, no children, just this heirloom passed down to her through the generations. Problem is, no one knows what this object is. Only that it's an astounding piece of work. Seems Joanna took its secrets to her grave. Rather literally.
His coy grin freezes.
Hours spent on scholarship are never hours wasted.
Tarquin sighs, and his lips unfreeze. For a moment he looks almost modest.
It pains me to say, but you've talents in the adventuring department that I do not. This heirloom could prove valuable for both of us. I've told you everything you need to... everything I know. What it is doesn't matter. What it does... Well, if I am right, it will clean up quite an unholy mess. A mess we're both currently mired in.
He looks toward the graveyard.
Let's make this easy. I'll assume you've accepted my mission. You'll assume I give it in good faith. Beautiful. The Surrey tomb must be somewhere nearby. And whatever that object is in there, I bet it's... impressive. I do wish I could wander inside. It would be nice to look up some... old friends. See if they're in... good spirits. Ah, you again. Oh, goodness. The disappointment is clouding your pretty face. Take a few deep breaths and give it another go. A welcome constitutional, I find.